Hi everybody, Jen here, and I am back with my first layout from the May Hip Kit, and I have really enjoyed working with this kit so far. I think I've gotten like 5 or 6 layouts out of it at this point, and I am still going. I could probably get 3 or 4 more before I'm done. So I was showing you 2 photos from my trip to Hawaii last summer, and it was more photos of the amazing turtles from the North Shore of Oahu. And I think this is like the 4th layout I've done with those turtles, and I think this is the last layout I will do. I think I've finally finished telling my story for that part of the day. So my favorite paper in the kit was this citrus twist, pink paisley citrus twist piece of paper that had all these different circles on it, and some had designs in them, some had text in them, and I'm going to use that as a border, kind of like not really a border, but like I'm going to make it like a third of the page here. Not a third, a quarter of the page here. And that's going to go down to down the left side. This is the first hip kit I have gotten an add-on for. So that's why I feel like I'm getting so many more layouts out of it, because I have more stuff to use. And that 6x6 paper that came with it really allowed me to stretch my paper and make it go further than it would if I just had 12x12 sheets. So the top photo that I'm gluing down now is just a picture of the turtle, and then the photo below is the picture of the actual beach where we saw these turtles. I don't have a clue as to what the name of the beach was. I know it was on the North Shore of Hawaii, not of Hawaii, of Oahu, and we just happened to be driving by, because we were driving kind of a whole loop of the island that day, and saw the turtles sitting on the beach and stopped. So those are 2 6x6 pieces of paper from their Chickadee Crafts. I don't know what the line is. It might be Yippee. It came in the embellishment add-on. And I am using these Dear Lizzie washi strips. And oh my God, let me tell you, I have a new favorite obsession: the washi strips. I am not a washi tape user. It's not that I dislike it, but I find that the rolls of washi tape I never use. I never pull them out, and I never end up feeling like I know how to use them, and I always feel overwhelmed by the rolls. Well, the strips are fantastic, because especially this set, because each sheet is different. I saw the book of Amy Tan ones where they were all the same. Well, or not all the same, but they had, I think, out of 8 sheets, there were 2 or 3 of each set. And I prefer them all being different, because then I feel like I'll actually use them. And they're just enough. They're just enough to make you feel like you were able to get enough, like a taste of that type of washi. So I had cut out me pulling out all my embellishments, because it was seriously like 3 minutes long. So I had gone through everything and found all these different embellishments that I wanted to use with the kit, or with the layout. And I pulled out this frame that has, it's from the Citrus Twist, the chipboard pack, and it had just a couple of, it's white, but like it's almost like a very faint gray writing and design on it. So I'm using that, and I just use a piece of scrap paper to back the frame with, so it actually had paper behind it, so I could actually use it as an embellishment. And I put this little triangle in there that says The Sweet Life, and then there's something else that says, I think, Find Your Own Paradise, or This is Paradise. And I do a lot of like little embellishing on this page. Sorry if you can hear my dog. She's slurping up water from the bowl like she's never drank in her whole life. She's the loudest drinker I've ever seen. She's so funny. But like I was saying, I've done a lot of little embellishing on this page. I don't usually use those little bits and pieces as much, and this one I certainly did. I used tons of them. So I almost did a whole embellishment line that will distinguish the 2 pictures from each other. So sometimes I don't like the way pictures look if they're staggered like that, but they look like they're the same, so I kind of covered up that joint of the pictures and with embellishments. My title for this page is going to be Turtle Beach, and I used the, it might be Chicken Nitty Crafts sheet of like just stickers. I don't know. I don't really know who made it. And I don't know if this was the name of the beach. Like I said, I have no idea where it was. I know it was on the North Shore, and it was before you got off. If you were coming around from the Polynesian Cultural Center, and it was before the turnoff for the Dole Pineapple Plantation. And it was somewhere in that giant expanse of land. So I guess I was after the turn for the Turtle Bay Resort as well, because we stopped there. We did like a whole loop of the island, and we just stopped at beach, and we hopped from beach to beach to beach and different places, and went swimming and snorkeling and each and every single one of them, and we did that all day long. It was a blast. We had so much fun. And since we were staying in Ko'olina, it was kind of out. It was definitely outside the city, so we ended up taking a whole loop of the North Shore for a single day because it was easier and more time effective, I think, to do it all in one day than it was to go back more than once. So we hit pretty much everything we had wanted to on Oahu, and this was the first summer we had spent time on Oahu, because the year before we went to Hawaii, we ended up taking the Norwegian cruise that takes you to all the islands, and then we spent a week in Kauai. And we spent this past summer, we spent a week in Oahu, followed by a week in Kauai. So it was really nice to explore Oahu, because when we were on the cruise, we went to Pearl Harbor. That was it. And we only went to Pearl Harbor because we did it through the cruise line as an excursion, so we didn't have to rent a car, because we were like between days, because we got off the ship, and then later on that night we flew back to Kauai, and so it ended up working out well for that. But we loved staying on Oahu, and we would go back in a heartbeat. Anyway, you can kind of see my line of embellishments there to kind of distinguish the two photos. What am I thinking? And then I've got a wood veneer up towards the top that says "Life is Sweet," and one of those poolside they're little metal clips, like paper clips, and I love them. They've got little cutouts on them, and they're really cute. I've enjoyed using those. They're totally not my style from what I would ever buy, so I think that's why I've enjoyed them. I am so trying to make this pineapple work, and does it make it on there? I don't think it makes it on there. Oh, maybe it does. Maybe it does. I was trying to use all the pineapples on my Hawaii layouts, because it works with Hawaii, I guess. But yeah, underneath the title, I did put a little acetate strip that says "This is Paradise," because it certainly was. This was one of my favorite things we did the entire trip, was hang out with these turtles, and we must have spent at least an hour and a half at this beach, which was quite a lot, because the rest of the beaches we were like jumping out of the car, jumping in the water, snorkeling for 15-20 minutes, swimming for a little bit, and then we'd get out, literally just towel dry, and then get back in the car and go on our merry way. But this was really fun because we spent so much time there. I'm adding these little enamel, oh, sorry guys. I'm adding these little enamel triangles, and just as a little embellishments. And that will finish up my layout. I'm going to go yell at my dogs for barking. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.